Yo, what is up everyone? It is Professor Pierce here, PP for short. Today we are on a Spidops deck. I have it named Whoop because I love Kricketune. It's got Kricketune in it obviously for the extra HP, that is the main thing, but our main attacker is going to be Spidops here. Kind of short, quick over of the list right there, but we're going to go ahead and just get straight into it. I know everyone loves really long intros, so shout out to my boy Dashy on YouTube. I think you've probably heard of him before, but if not, check out his stuff. He's really funny. He's a funny guy. All right, we're gonna start out with this hand was really mid. I remember starting out pretty slow. It could be worse. I mean, we have a couple options to get some mons out. And we do have 2 energy to set up with Gardenia already, so it could be worse. My opponent is definitely taking a little bit of a slow start here, thinking maybe a bit too much. Alright, yeah, he's taking a little bit of a slow start, but everything is fine. He's finally playing down a Pokemon. Let's see what we got here. Obviously some kind of water deck, as we know. And then boom, Horsey. So pretty much off the bat know what this is. Go ahead and play this. Check if our Lilligant's in the deck. It is in the deck, which is great. So we'll go ahead and attach that. See if we can get another, not another, but see if we can get a little spider down here. No, and we do not get another spider down, unfortunately. We'll just pass it off to them and see what they got going on here. So obviously with this Horsey deck, you know what you kind of guys may know what it is. Just a Kingdra deck, like all kinds of Kingdra, with a little bit of hand disruption, and the other Kingdra that has the pulling extra energy from one Kingdra to another one after they die. It's pretty interesting. It's going to use a couple. It's going to use a support already and go ahead and use a Nest Ball. Grab some Mons here. They're just going to go ahead and play that instead of concealing immediately. Maybe he has another one. He doesn't have another one, so he's gonna go ahead and smoke screen us, which is fine. That just does if we're gonna attack with Cricket Hot, but we're not going to. But we do get this free energy on him, and we drew that other energy, so that's really good. So we'll probably go ahead and put that on him and retreat right away and attack. Obviously we don't really want to do that immediately. I wanted to get that Lilligant V-Star off of that so I could bring in a bunch of stuff, but don't really have the option for that. But we can go ahead and get an early 1 prize kill, so can't really complain too much about that. So I was thinking these guys are probably maybe a bit new to the game. They're not really slow playing because they want to, more so they're trying to figure out how to play the game. Nothing wrong with that. Place another Horsey down here. All we kind of did is get rid of some energy, but oh, he's got his Kingdra in his hand. He's got the energy one, not the hand disruption one. I'm gonna go ahead and level ball, see if he has another supporter in his hand to help him out here because he's looking kind of low. Alright, so he's got the Horsey, a little slow like we were talking about, but how it be. And we do have the Arven for next turn too, so we can guarantee the Lilligant. But he's just gonna go ahead and pass. So we'll go ahead and attach. We'll see if we can get the Lilligant off this Megagosa though, so we don't have to Arven, but no, we're gonna have to Arven still. Go ahead and get one of these, just kind of use it as fodder here since I don't really want to get rid of this arena. I almost got rid of it, but I got a lot of those Spidops in the deck, so I'm not too worried about getting rid of one of those. So we'll go ahead and smell nice here with Star Perfume. Just grab a bunch of stuff here to power up our bench. And just like that, we are now way better set up. See how it's just like boom, boom, pow. It's definitely a little slow comparatively to what some other decks can do to speed up, but we can get a whole bench up very quickly in 2 turns if we need to. That's the best part about it, is you can get the basics, and then obviously if you get the Kricketune up early, your freaking little baby spider has 100 health. Like that's the only thing that can pretty much kill that is a Lost Box Cram. But they could, they could just kill anything anyway, so not really the end of the world about that. Also they did get the supporter they needed here. Arita is pretty good. Definitely would have benefited them more if they got that on turn 1. They got, I think, the wrong Kingdra here. In my opinion, they should have gotten the other Kingdra. Or wait, no, is that the which one is that? No, that's the right one. That's the hand disruption one. I don't know if they have anything else though, obviously. They already use their supporter. They do flip heads off the Megagosa though. Grab something. Probably just another horsey. You could get a Kingdra. I mean, not a Kingdra. A Seadra here. They can get a Seadra and a Finneon. I don't know if they're running Finneon. It's kind of late to run that. They did get the Seadra though. Probably go ahead and throw that down here. Sorry, allergies. Oh, they're just gonna pass. Yeah, they didn't want to evolve it. That's interesting. We'll go ahead and evolve though. Throw this last one down here and set up this Spidops, and then go ahead and just research. I guess we'll go ahead and get rid of some of these balls and set up another Spidops here. Actually do some damage. Doesn't really seem like it's needed because we're kind of already way far ahead. So we'll attach this and just go ahead and attack. We will have to do the extra damage here though. So we'll go ahead and kill that. Take a third prize card here. Another spider, another baby spider. Interesting. So how you guys doing today? Everyone doing well? Matt, you doing all right? Shout out to my boy Matt. Just want to shout out my good buddies. So he's got, oh man, feels bad. He's got nothing here. It really seems like. I don't want to give him a new hand with Judge, obviously, so we'll go ahead and we'll just kill him here. I don't really need to do anything else, so we'll go ahead and just kill him and see what's going on here. Let's see if he even has another Mon for the bench. He probably is just giving up. I'm surprised he hasn't scooped yet, but better to him for not scooping. I think he forgot that he can use his Seething Currents on himself last turn. That's a little unfortunate, and the turn before that as well. Actually, I don't think he knew. Like I said, maybe Poor Chop's 802 is a little new to the game here. But we all got to start somewhere. But that's a good introduction for how the deck works. That's how it's supposed to work. You want to get up the Lilligant, and then you want to set up your whole bench real quick. But we'll go ahead and get on to game 2 here. Maybe this one would be a little bit more of a challenge. We'll see here. I'm sure it will be. I don't do a good job of winning, I'll tell you that on here. Not too often. Yep, we will go ahead and go first. It's just too good in this meta to not go first, and we'll have to go ahead and mulligan here. Just the one mulligan, but oh my goodness. Forgot how absolutely atrocious this hand is, just clogged up with evolution Pokemon. And we're facing a Lost Box here, it seems like. We're gonna have to go ahead and Mega Gosa. Maybe we can get the Lilligant out, and then everything would seem pretty easy. But no, you're gonna flip tails. That does seem like that happens pretty often. And I'm not too worried about them getting a cram off and killing this thing, because if they do, they're just gonna, you know, I can clear it back. And they got the Fortnite Battle Pass, which is pretty annoying, because oh, see, they got 2 Fortnite Battle Passes, and I can't even flip heads on a freaking Mega Gosa. They're just grabbing one thing, which is interesting. Maybe their other Comfies are Comfies are prized. And see, they also have the turn 1 chorus. This guy is certified cracked. Natsu 2393, of course, is cracked, as they say, as the kids say these days. So he's gonna go ahead and set up here. Didn't get anything for next turn, which is good. Gonna go ahead and conceal, use all his abilities, try to get out this other Comfey so he can attack with. Yeah, you see, sorry, so he's already got 4. He's already got 4 in there, so now he can almost freely switch into the Cram. I'm sure in an 8-card hand he's got enough in there. But yep, yeah, that works just as well. Quite unfortunately, and he has another one of those. He's gonna keep that boss's orders. Maybe I can find a top deck a judge or something here. Alright, I will find a sad face here, because, you know, I can't get anything, and they are just cracked, like I said. So I'm not really too worried about losing that grass energy. It's just kind of whatever. This game might be over pretty fast if I can't find anything. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and flip. I'm thinking it's going to be Tails. It's not Tails somehow. We'll go ahead and grab our Lilligant. Another thing too I thought is a little interesting is there's just not a lot of room in this deck for 2 Lilligants. You could take out one of the Deedle Tots and one of the Deedle Whoops and put in for that, but then you're losing a lot of like the health stability. Like it's kind of either way, because I feel like the deck runs a lot better with the extra health versus getting out this Lilligant this early, because the deck can still run without the Lilligant. It's just obviously if you can get up the Lilligant early, then it's a lot better. But overall, I feel like the health is definitely more important, and that's why I'm running only the 1/1 line of the Lilligant and the 2/2 line of the Deedle Tot and Deedle Whoop. So we're gonna go ahead and pass here. There's not really much I can do. I can evolve next turn, maybe get something out, but they're gonna escape rope me, which is good because I can keep my Deedle Tot here and maybe evolve it next turn. But they do have that boss, unfortunately, so they could boss out the Deedle Tot or just boss out the Lilligant and maybe do some solid damage. Either way, I don't think they're just gonna attack this Venusaur. Man's got a 14 card hand already. He's got definitely a few good cards in the Lost Zone in his discard. He's as my friend Travis would say, he's got the trifecta of stuff going on here. He's got the Lost Zone at like 7 cards. He's got his hand at like 7 cards, and he's got his deck at like 7 cards. They're all just like the same. Obviously, it's a little little skewed right now, but he's going through it. As you can see, he is playing the cards. Looks like he's trying to hit me with the Greninja here, which he seems like he will successfully be able to do, which is unfortunate because he's going to keep my Venusaur stuck in the active, which is what I don't want, obviously. And now it especially sucks because I can't even evolve my Kricketot. So he managed to do that and save the boss, which was pretty impressive, to be honest. But it looks like we can at least get up something here. I'm gonna bring back some stuff here. Go ahead and Mesagosa. We'll see if we get here. Once again, we get a Tails to no one's surprise. But what I'm doing here is I am hopefully just setting up all these mons just in case. Like, I don't really want him, obviously, to kill these guys with the Moonlight Shuriken, but I don't really have much of a choice. I have to be able to ensure that I get off slash get up some of these guys so I can attack late game. But it doesn't seem like there's going to be much of a late game anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, especially because he could just, if he could just attack me with the Moonlight Shuriken, but then he could also just Lost Mind me. That's another thing people might think, like, oh hey Professor, why didn't you just put in a Manaphy into this deck? It could, it could potentially use one. And I do think it's right. Greninja is very big in a lot of decks, and he could definitely do some damage like right now. But most of the time, you're gonna get these guys up before any Greninja can attack you. So I don't think it's really needed. Plus, you want your bench space. Your bench space, like, ideally, is always going to be filled up. Like, you're going to have your Venusaur, you're going to have your Ditto-Whoop, you're going to have your Lilligant, potentially. And then, obviously, you want as many Spidops up as possible so you can be doing the most damage with his attack. And so, one more Manaphy would kind of just be annoying to have on your bench. It would just be less stuff there. But you see, he is charging up once again, so he's just going to go ahead and Moonlight Shuriken. And he's not going to take out my Venusaur here because he wants that stuck in the active for sure. Unfortunately, he does take out the Ditto-Tot, so now I still can't evolve the damn thing. But I can evolve these two Spidops now. But at least that was my thought process behind this. Maybe not the best thought process, but there wasn't really much I could do here already with that absolute garbage hand that it decided to give me with. Started to start me with here. So at least I know now he can't win this turn. He can still take a prize this turn, but he'll probably just switch into the Cram and kill me, or switch into the Sableye and do that extra damage. He's going to switch into the Comfey, get those last couple in the Lost Zone so he can use his Sableye. I don't think he's quite there yet. I don't remember. I haven't clicked on it in a hot minute. Most of the time I like to just leave my mouse, like off the screen, because it's always when you go to do like a presentation or something, you don't want to leave your mouse on the screen. That just really pees me off. I know you guys, when you have teachers and stuff too, it probably pees you off when you just see their mouse like hovered over the pause button again. You're like, can you just move that? Like, I'm not trying to watch this video with the top and bottom links still showing. But yeah, he's gonna escape rope to get into the Sableye, and then he's gonna use that boss from a million turns ago and boss out that again and Lost Mine. It seems like he might just go for one of the big guys and try to take the win that way instead of killing this Venusaur. It would be a waste of his time. Plus, he probably knows I have such a crap hand at this point since I haven't done anything with it. I haven't been able to get rid of cards to draw new ones. But I can finally get something here. I can finally get a judge. We'll go ahead and judge him. Unfortunately, I don't necessarily want to do that. There's nothing wrong with judging that really big hand he had, but he also I also could have, that could have been the only way I win, is if I decked him out. But we'll go ahead and take a prize here. Take a singular prize pog. That'll be also, that'll be another Professor Pierce's special, is me stuttering over and over. If you guys hear that, I'm sorry. It's my mind goes too fast. So speaking of now too, he has a freaking horn. Who carries horn in this deck? It's pretty interesting cook item, because now he has exactly enough to kill my Venusaur and my baby spider, which is very interesting. It secured the dub super early. So not much I could do about that. I could have not played those, you know, all those guys down earlier and helped that way, but you know, that's how it is. I wasn't really gonna win that one, most likely. But it was a good game. Let's get on to the third game here. So we will choose heads, as we do most of the time. It is tails. So let's see what we're facing here. I believe this one we're facing a Miraidon deck. And Miraidon is definitely not one of the worst for this. It's I wouldn't say it's one of the best matchups for this deck, but I would say it definitely goes goes even, at least, if not more, in our advantage here. Because most of the time, if Miraidon isn't running Regieleki or can't get 2 or 3 Regielekis up, and you have that extra bonus health because of Needle Whoop, he can't kill you. He can't one-shot you, and that's what this deck wants to do most of the time. It wants to just one-shot you, but we won't be able to do that. But right now, he is going to set up his board very nicely. Obviously, he's just going to tandem unit for the tandem unit for the tandem unit. Just crazy how basically, I know he didn't even have to have the nest ball, but like how one nest ball could just turn into a full board of mons, like just like that, is crazy. Very intense, very strong opening Pokemon, to be sure. And he goes ahead and gets 2 Raikos, which is interesting, instead of another Regieleki or a Mareep. Which is definitely what we would prefer, because like I said, I don't want him having 2 or especially 3 of the Regieleki. He can only have 2 of them now. He does get a juice start here, it seems, though. He got the cracked electric generator here. The only saving grace is that he cannot attack this turn, obviously. But he gets another one of those, and he is still cracked like that other guy is. And I draw absolutely nothing that's going to help me, but we will go ahead and get Lilligant out here. I should have checked if we had the Lilligant V-Star. Oh, psych, what am I saying? It's in my hand. I knew that. That's why I got it. Didn't need to check. I was kidding. It was a test. You guys passed the test. Good job. So I see definitely can't do anything here. I'm kind of just want to sack this spider. I don't really have much of a choice here, because this is what I'm talking about, how like when it goes up against a really fast-paced deck like Miraidon, this deck is working out perfectly for them right now. They're getting up all the electric guys. I mean, all the electric generators. They're setting up really quickly. They can do a lot of damage very fast. And I'm stuck with a board of 2 things. And once I set up Lilligant, I still have to wait another turn to set up. However, once I get set up, I can just like topple them over really quickly. Like they can't. It's kind of be the reverse of what's happening. They're going to start really fast, and I'm going to start really slow. And then, given the position of the game state, once I get set up, it should be the other way around. They should be slowing down a lot, and I should be speeding up a lot. It seems like they got a couple things going on here. They evolved into Regieleki VMAX. So they're going to be doing more damage here. Then they're going to go ahead and judge me, which is pretty annoying because I had that. I didn't have a good hand, but I had the other thing in my hand. But it's all right because we got an Ultra Ball, so we can still grab it here. They're going to go ahead and rope, which is really annoying because now they can take 2 prizes and take this out of here. So I'm now looking pretty bad. Not much I can do here. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of water. hit him with the sad face real quick, because yeah, he destroyed my plan. So in goes the baby spider here. We gotta see what we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead and Mezagosa. We'll see what we get. Hopefully we can get a heads off this, get something going. We do get the heads, which is pretty important. So obviously we don't need to grab that. I'm going to go ahead and grab this just for free because I don't really want to have to deal with that now. I'm going to have to put that on there because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bait him. I'm going to try to bait him into the Venusaur, making him think that that's what I need to use to attack. But I will almost never attack with this thing. You almost never want to do that, obviously. It's not like it's a bad attack, but it's not great. So we're going to get out a couple of other things. There's not much I can do here. We'll wait. It was a good extra draw because now I can just get rid of those 2, you know, and then research away. Hope he can't do anything here. He can obviously just retreat and attack. He's gonna try to look for that other Regieleki VMAX. Does not seem like he will find it though. So he's going to boss the Venusaur, which is exactly what I wanted here. I did not want him to kill these spiders if I didn't have to. Obviously, I'm still getting rid of extra energy, which is a little annoying, but I do have Clara in the deck, and I do have that energy revival that went back into the deck too when he judged me, so I'm not really too worried about that. I am a little far back on energy though because I haven't placed, once he kills this thing, I basically wouldn't have placed anything. But like I said, hopefully we can make a slow comeback here. So he is going to go ahead and retreat. He doesn't have a beach cord, it seems like. He will go ahead and fleet-footed, as you do when you have Raikou in the active position, because Travis, you're not supposed to have Raikou in the bench and fleet-footed. That is not how it works. So we'll go ahead and attach the energy. That was probably the best card we could have gotten there too, because we don't want to have to worry about it. We'll go ahead and get this, so all of our mons got an extra 40 health here. Buff them up a bit. See if we can get a spider real quick. And we do. Let's go. And now we will hit the research for 7 cards, and we will get the other spider as well and the other baby spider, but I don't think we're going to evolve it here because I can't really do anything. I don't want him to take 2 prize cards, and I don't want him to do a sizable chunk of damage to my 2 prize carder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it be and hope he doesn't have another boss or something like that to kill my Kricketot or kill my Spidops here. So he's going to go ahead and Mezagosa. Let's see what he gets. He gets a heads, of course. He did get it tails last time, but it seems like he will be able to grab that VMAX now. So now, unfortunately, he will be doing more damage, but he's still, even if I set up my whole bench, he won't be able to kill my Spidops now with the Kricketune, which is very helpful. Just like I was talking about before, you need those 3 in play, because with both benches up, Raikou does 220 and then 220 plus 60, so 220, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You're only doing 280, and obviously Spidops got 300 health here. But he do have the boss, which was very unfortunate because I didn't want him doing this. He obviously can't kill me here, but he can do a sizable chunk of damage, which is very unfortunate because I did not want him attacking this thing right now. but we'll go ahead and attach this energy. Sounds good though. Now we can get another spider, which is very important because to kill this thing we either need 3 of these guys up or we need 2 of them up and a choice belt. Obviously it's the same difference. And speaking of the devil, we're going to go ahead and grab not the choice belt. I was just kidding again. Once again, it was a test. You guys failed the test. You thought I was going to grab the choice belt. But we're going to go ahead and grab the EXP share because I am running, like I was talking about earlier, I'm running really low on energy attachments here. So just do a little bit of thinning. We're going to attack this thing, go ahead and kill it. Take some prize cards. Hopefully we can try to get back into this game. We are definitely behind 3 prize cards already. But at least now we're only behind 1, but they're still in a pretty good position. They haven't really attached too much extra energy. That's the only saving grace that we kind of have here. I say that, but now they have attached with the EXP share, which is a little bit different than what most Miraidon decks run. They don't usually run that. Usually just run Mareep, or they just run the generator and just attach from hand. Maybe he's dead drawing some here. And get another drink of water here. So I finally found the beach court. So that's one of the most important things in this matchup when you're facing Miraidon, is you want to get rid of that beach court, but that's what's so like great about it, is because you, even with the beach court, with my 3 Spidops up, this thing's retreat is still 2. So he still has to he still can't retreat, basically. If he has to like forcefully retreat. So I need another Spidops up here to kill this thing though, which I can't do because I didn't put that tarantula down last turn. But what we can do is we can set up this other Spidops here with Gardenia, which was really good because that's exactly what we want. And then we'll also put down this other Kricketot, and I'm not too worried about the other Raikou on their bench. It's just whatever. Gonna go ahead and just attack this thing. Just do as much damage as we can right now, because they can't kill us in this amount of turns. Or I mean in one hit, not this amount of turns. You knew what I was saying. I was thinking too fast once again. See, they're building it up here. The only thing is, obviously, if they have a boss, then we just lose because they can kill any one of the bench. Ironically, now my stage 1 Deedle is has less health than my baby spider. So they can just boss it out and win. But they have already used a couple of bosses, and maybe they can't find another one, or maybe it's that last prize card. And actually, I think they already checked that last prize card already. I wasn't paying attention. That was another test. That was the 3rd test. You guys have passed. Congratulations, you've passed the 3 tests. So they're gonna go ahead and do that. That doesn't really matter for anything. They just want to get out of the active slot because obviously they don't want me killing that thing, and they can't retreat without getting rid of like so much excess energy now. But back to what I was saying earlier about the beach court is most Miraidon decks and electric decks don't run any type of like switches or switch carts or anything like that. Like they do run the escape ropes because it's just good to have. Like I don't think there's a single deck in this format that doesn't run escape rope, but they don't run a lot of switches or switch carts because they have the beach courts. And once you get rid of the beach courts with your Megagosa or Mesagosa, I always get that mixed up. It's the same difference, you know what I mean. whenever you get that set up, or even if you don't, it's just they're still going to be screwed regardless. They're not going to be expecting to be stuck in the active spot because no one's expecting Spidops to keep them in the active spot. So they're going to go ahead and put that back up. Let's see if they get the boss here. It doesn't look like they got the boss. Nope, so I'm going to play Arven, so they did not get the boss, it seems like. Thinning out the deck, maybe seeing if they have the boss in the deck. Probably not. The only point is now I'm still going to have to find a way to attach more grass energy to my bench to do damage, because I'm going to have to retreat this turn again if I want to win. Psych, I'm just kidding. It was a fourth one. There was a bonus test. There was 4 tests here. Because I actually have 3 already. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. And we have the... I'm sorry. That was another test. 5th test. Yes, that was the 5th test. I was also forgetting because I did have 3 of them up, but they had the beach court up, so that just takes one of them down. So I wasn't doing as much damage. So that is the only like real defense they have against this deck, is the beach court. And once you get rid of that, you're pretty much done. So obviously I couldn't do much here. But once I can one-shot this thing though, is the thing now, because I have the choice belt. Because 180 plus the choice belt is just enough to swing for this thing. And it doesn't seem like they found the boss again. I'm so happy you guys have passed all my tests and all my bonus tests here. Because it is seeming like the end of the game is coming back. We have put out the game. We have come back. It was a very interesting game, to say the least. There was not a lot of hope for us there at the end. And thanks again, everyone. Share it, give it a like, etc. Blah blah blah. Typical YouTuber stuff. Thank you. I know what I'm doing. Have a good one.